Hi guys, welcome to this video where I'm going to be doing the Christmas takeover of the worst performing Premier League team at Christmas on Football Manager 24, obviously. So I have gone ahead and simulated into December 25th, 2023. And I'm going to be taking over the worst performing team that I believe should be performing. Because we're going to have the likes of Luton and Burnley at the bottom, which are going to be there anyway, but we might have a surprise to who else might be in that relegation zone. So, let's go find out. Right guys, I've just loaded up this save, and I'm about to see who and what is going on in the world of the Premier League. So if we just come in here and have a look at this table. Tottenham first, that's surprising. Anyway, we're not taking over the top team, we're taking over someone in the bottom three. And West Ham, under management of Steve Potts, are sat in the 18th spot, which is a relegation spot. 3 points behind them is Burnley, and then Luton also down there, which we expected to see. So I think for this save at Christmas, we're going to be taking over West Ham United. So guys, we've just popped over to the squad screen, and this is the squad they've got. How they're sat in the bottom, I'm not quite sure. However, we're going to take over this team right here, and we are going to see what we can do in the next 3 years. Right, well, this is what happens on first videos, I suppose. A massive apology is needed. I have just recorded a couple of sections. One mentioning that I have now made myself the manager of West Ham United. We were sat in 18th, struggling. So I took over at Christmas. We're now on the 3rd of February, so we've had the deadline day. So what I'm going to do quickly is show you the transfer history of who we brought in. So all these were brought in prior to me joining the club. We signed one player. We highlighted that defensively we needed that extra backup. Pavlovic popped up, listed for 4.5 million, was it? Yeah. Which I thought was mental because he looked really good. So I mean, he's Jesus. I think he had like 8 months left in his contract. I thought I'd snap him up as well. So he will be playing in a ball-playing defender on defend. The only weakness he has is that passing, which will naturally go up. But he's got amazing physicals, good mentals, and decent technicals to be that player for us. So I highlighted out of this team that all we needed really was a defensive player. We got rid of Ogbonna on a free. Or he's going on a free, one of the two, because he will lack in it. But this is the formation that we're going to be playing. We are playing a gegenpress. It is sweeper keeper, 2 ball playing defenders, wing backs on support, 3 in the middle. We've got a centre mid on attack, a Mazzala attack, and a ball winning midfielder on support. Then we've got 2 inside forwards, one on the left hand side on attack, the right hand side on support, with an advanced forward up top. Nothing special about the tactics. Shoot, work ball into box, pass into space, work out the back, higher tempo. We then got counter press, counter attack, distribute from the back line basically, high press line of engagement, and a standard line. Trigger press much more often, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution is on. That's simply it. So as best 11 now is looking something along this line: Fabianski in goal, Kufal, Kurt Zuma, Agerd, Emerson, Edson Alvarez, James Ward-Prowse, Lucas Paqueta, Jared Bowen, Saeed Benrahma, Mohamed Kudus, and so on. But I think for what we have planned, the best thing to do is just leave it blank. I don't really have the desire to lock anyone. I might lock Pavlovic in there to try and get him to obviously help him get better. But other than this, that's it. We're going to simulate the rest of the season. The next match is Luton today, and we will see how this goes, and I will see you at the end of the season. Right, so I can already see here that we finished up 11th. Not too bad to say we was in 18th at Christmas. Let's quickly go to squad. Let's have a look at the organiser goals. 14 goals, he wasn't even in the club. But 10 goals from Jared Bowen, 10 from Wadi Prowse, 10 from Danny Ings, and then just an array of goals from everybody. Just a mixture of everybody scoring goals. Most assists in this season goes to Jared Bowen and James Ward-Prowse, both scoring 10 goals and 10 assists in the 50 games and 41 games that they've both played. Both picking up 3 player of the matches as well as Benrahma and Zuma. But yeah, let's see how we did in the competitions. So we were in Europa League, didn't win anything, knocked out in quarter-final by Arsenal, and then knocked out in quarter-final by Napoli, knocked out in the 3rd round by Brentford of the Carabao Cup, so I didn't even get to play that. But yeah, as you can see there, we finished mid-table. Liverpool winning the league. Nottingham Forest finishing in 6th. Brentford, Burnley and Luton to go down. Everton survived pretty comfortably, to be fair, 11 points. Crystal Palace just missing out on going down. But the teams around us, we had Brighton, Fulham, Aston Villa there as well. Aston Villa were down here as well. Chelsea picking up Europa League. Nottingham Forest getting Champions League. What have they won to get Champions League? Not a clue. But yeah, schedule. How's it looking on the schedule? So as you can see here, picking up some big wins. 6-1 Brentford, 2-0 Forest, 1-0 Brighton there, 4-3 Villa there, then beating Sporting, but then still losing to the we beat Man United 3-0. Ben Johnson, Thomas Souček and Edson Alvarez all scoring goals in there. 6 and the most 2. We got lost 1 against Newcastle, 1 against so we're picking up more losses than we should be. If we quickly just filter out these, as you can see, we picked up here, so that was his first game, looked pretty well, then just started going a bit downhill, picking up wins against the lower teams that actually finished above us this year. But I think next season we've got more of a budget. This year we've got 45 million to work with. See what we can do with the tactic to change it up maybe, or rock it one more year, see what goes on. Let's hope we can push for that Europa League next season. Now we don't have anything to worry about. But I will now push forward onto the next season. And we are now past deadline day. Welcome back. This screen's giving away a few signings that I have made, but we've made some signings. The deadline day is now over. We're on the 4th of September. Let's go have a look at the transfer history. Some of it will be on this last screen. So we signed Mamardashvili. We needed a new goalkeeper. 30 million, thought was a bargain. These are just 2 youngsters, good potentials, thought I'd sign them up. Looking actually pretty good as well. So I got this one for 1.4 million from Leverkusen. And PSG for 7.5 million. I mean, he's on the decline, but he's got some flair, 17. Hopefully he starts getting better, but well, I thought I'd try it. And then the biggest signing I believe I've done was 27 million. Maybe not in terms of money, but 27 million for Evan Ferguson. He's played 4 matches, scored a goal, 2 assists. Not done too bad so far. But this guy, I mean, we all know him and love him, don't we? the Brighton wonder kid. 19 years of age in this save now. He's got 15 finishing, 14 first touch, amazing mental attributes, 6'2", 16 pace. He's an absolute monster. So hopefully this guy will score us goals and more than 9 goals that he did for Brighton. But hopefully he will score us goals and more goals. Then coming in, we signed 2 more players. Sergio Camelo, he came in as a pre-made deal from last season, not from me, but is actually looking pretty good as well. As you can see, the loan was made permanent. But he's coming in on loan from Atletico. Looks pretty good. He's got good mentals, good physicals. 16 finishing for an advanced forward is looking pretty nice. 5'10" as well. That 12 pace. But yeah, 16 determination as well. That's decent. And then another big one, 21 million for Gluka? Yeah. I will be playing him as more of a Mazzala. He's got good dribbling, good finishing, good first touch. He's only 20 years old and the growth is already starting. It looks incredible. 4.5 star potential. Got it from Salzburg. And yeah, looking very good. And that. So let's go have a look at the schedule so far. So obviously friendlies. But looking at the Premier League so far, we've beaten Crystal Palace, drew to Brighton, drew to Liverpool, and lost to Tottenham Hotspur, with Evan Ferguson scoring in that game. Obviously, in the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, we beat Port Vale 4-1, and we've got Salford in the next round. But yeah, so it'll be a big one. FA Cup, obviously, we still don't know that one yet, but let's figure out what is going on. So promoted last season, as you can see, we sat in 11th. So promoted from last season, I believe Leeds, Norwich, and my brain is failing. I can't figure out who else got promoted. Anyway, moving on. Let's simulate into the future. And that is the end of Season 2. I can see here that we finished in 6th position. We're going to jump over to the competition page. We haven't won the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. We got the quarter-final by Gateshead in the FA Cup. That's quite surprising. And knocked out by in the semi-final by Chelsea. We finished in the Europa Conference League spot here in 6th. Below Aston Villa, Tottenham, Liverpool, Arsenal, and typically Man City winning the league by almost 10 points there. No surprise. But that means in the 3rd season we will be in the Conference League, trying to push on, trying to get higher in the table, plus win that should be good. We're again losing the big games. We lost in extra time against Gateshead. That's crazy. But again, drawing silly games, lost there against Southampton, Man City, Chelsea, Leeds. That's the Chelsea there. Southampton beat us both times this season. So there is places to improve. A good little run there in between Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Everton, Norwich, Sheffield United. So let's have a quick look at the squad. If we just look over here, we have got 21 goals from Evan Ferguson. It's better goal-wise from the striker. 19 goals from Jarrod Bowen, but after that they do start to dwindle away. Obviously got Soucek, Ben Rama, Ward-Prowse scoring 8 and 9. Assists for the season, typically Jarrod Bowen on 17, James Ward-Prowse on 16. Most of them would have been set pieces. 9 for Evan Ferguson, Kudus is there, and so on. The team didn't perform very well. So I'm very surprised to say that we are in this 6th position at the end of the season. But we are going to get onto the transfer window for the 3rd season, and I will see you once I've made some deals. And with that, it is the end of the transfer window. These are the transfers that I have made. We brought in Frederick. Here looks a very good defensive midfield where hopefully going to be playing for us. Looks very solid. So, but it needed changing. We needed something a bit more solid, and that we have got. Also brought in Aaron Hickey. Just again, needed backup there, and he's a very solid backup for these positions. So our squad is looking decent. Tactics are looking like this. Changed it up a little bit. Instead of having a DM, we've got 2 DMs and an attacking midfielder. Kudus should hopefully slide into this spot. And the only player we're going to lock in here is Evan Ferguson. Other than that, we're just going to roll with how it is. So let's see how we've been getting on so far. It's not gone too bad. We beat Brentford 2-1, lost to Newcastle and Arsenal there, but I believe I saw, I'm not sure if he made the move. Don't look like it. Neymar was in talks with, yeah, he didn't make the move. He was in the talks with Newcastle, but clearly that didn't happen. But yeah, so let's have a quick look at who we have in the Europa League. So we've got Braga, Young Boys, Galatasaray is a decent one there, Besiktas. We should be going through all these potentially unbeaten, maybe losing to Galatasaray, Besiktas. The rest we should be winning. Red Star there as well. Yeah, 2 home games. Besiktas one of them. Galatasaray at home as well. We should be getting through that. So yeah, that's how we're going to line up. That's how we're going to do. Let's get straight into it. And at that, we are at the end of season 3. I can see just how we've done here. If we go to the home screen, we finished in 10th place, so not quite good. We got the runners up of the Europa League, knocked out the 4th round of the FA Cup by Manchester United, Carabao Cup 3rd round by Newcastle United. So not too bad of a season overall. I mean, a lower finish than last season, but that runner up. Let's have a look at the got beat 2-1 by Manchester United. Evan Ferguson with 17 goals in that season, in that competition there. That's crazy. But just beat to it by United. So let's have a look here at the squad and have a look how well we've actually done this season. So that's better. Evan Ferguson, 37 goals in 56 appearances. That's better. A lot better. Then we've got on 14 goals, 20 assists, Jared Bowen. Mohamed Kudus with 11 in 10. So I think the main thing with this was we were losing the... Yeah, there you go, look. So we lost, we went unbeaten in the league phase. We then beat Young Boys 4-1 in aggregate, losing the first leg at 1-0. And then beat them 4-0 at home. We then beat Stuttgart there, just 4-1 in aggregate, losing 3-1 in the second leg, 3-0 winning 3-0 in the first leg. Then beat Real Sociedad 5-3 on aggregate there, winning both legs home and away. Then losing to Manchester United, which was played at the Johan Cruyff Arena in the Netherlands there. So yeah, that is the roundup of the save. Currently in a bit of debt as well. But if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the subscribe, make sure you hit the like, it would be really appreciated. And I shall see you in the next one.